Hey, hi Ruchika. Hi Aman. Brian, how are you? Hi Eddie. Let's just wait for a couple of minutes and then we can quickly move forward. Can you guys hear me? Just raise your hand if you guys can hear me. Perfect. Sounds good, Ruchika. Thank you. All right, all right. So I see people coming in. Let's get started. It's it's the time and yep. Let me share my screen with you guys. All right, guys. So let's get started. And this webinar is specifically designed for people who have recently registered, and where I would like to show you a quick walkthrough of a system wherein how you can generate, uh, you know, a quality AI draft, and then moving forward with optimizing content in a way which is quick, easy, and also quite user friendly when it comes to using it step by step and just going through the workflow of outranking. So that's about it. Let's get started. And meanwhile, can anyone share with me any keyword that you would like to write content on? Provide me with any keyword in the chat that you would like to create content for that particular topic or a primary keyword. Anything, guys, or should I just put up my own primary keyword, or anyone would like to share any keyword with me? You can just unmute yourself and just tell me any keyword that you would like to write content on. I think chat is disabled. Oh, okay. Just give me a second. You can use. Chat is disabled for this meeting, but yep. Just tell me a primary keyword in Q&A. Can you guys see Q&A? Yeah, you guys should see the chat now. Chat should be working. Yep, here you go. Yes, Eddie, yes, it's working now. Hi, Eddie. Boston Plumbing Services. All right, let's get started. I have the first keyword here, that is Boston Plumbing Services. And let's get started. So, okay, that's fine, Eddie. Let's go ahead with this one. You have been here many times, so I'm sure you are pretty good at like telling me any keyword that you have in mind. But yeah, let's get started here. Let's click on new document. And you will see three different options here: SEO brief, AI assisted writing, optimize existing content. SEO brief is something wherein you, let's say, for example, you have a bunch of writers who are writing content for you, but you need to provide them a brief, like, right, what all they need to include when it comes to NLP terms, common terms, outlines, title, description, everything that you need to provide to the team so that when they start writing, they will include all of that. They will consider all that information so that their piece of content is well SEO optimized. So that's SEO brief. AI assisted SEO writing is something wherein it's most popular and where you can literally create the entire content from scratch, like by creating title, outlines, generating the first draft using your own style guide, and then optimizing quickly all the things which needs to be optimized, and then publishing it. So that's AI assisted writing. And then the last one is optimize existing content. So let's say you already have a web page or a content in some Word file and you would like to audit it and see what's wrong with it. So you can always use like give a topic or primary keyword, add a URL, and if you don't have a URL, you just have content somewhere that you want to like to audit, you can just leave this URL empty and then just move forward with creating a new document, and you will be taken to editor, and you can just copy paste the content there as well. Let's get started with AI assisted writing and let's add Boston Plumbing Services. And I understand that you will be targeting, this is sort of local marketing wherein you're targeting Boston, correct, brand? And you would like to change the location to Boston, and that is pretty much possible as well. Like you can select Boston. And so this is very important here to target the right location, because accordingly, outranking will go into search, collect information from top 20 ranking pages from the location that you have entered here. So it will give you the right set of competitors. And along with that, it will give you right set of background research data as well, so that you can feed that data to AI to write even superior quality of content. So let's get started. Create a new document here. Yeah, Brian, please, like if you have any question or anything, you can just unmute yourself and you can just talk. So let's get started. And this is the first screen that you will see here, and you just have to follow the workflow. So this is the workflow, and these are the 5 steps under it. You just have to follow those steps. Like the first one is title, then comes the outline, then comes the writing tools, then comes the optimize, and the last one is publish. Currently, we are on the titles tab, and these are some titles that has been created by outranking automatically. So try to look into them and whatever makes sense to you. So these are not rewritten titles. These are uniquely created titles. These are intent-driven titles for you. So select the one which makes sense to you, and outranking will try and make sure that your character count is anywhere in between 50 to 60, 65, not above that, because those are the regular norms that are, followed when it comes to optimization of title. So yeah, let's go ahead with the one, and you will see that the target is 8 plus, while you are targeting 11 keywords here. And that's pretty good, but you can try and target more, and these are the keywords that you can try and target. You can see more, and you will see more, but yeah, the ones in the green you're already targeting, and the one in the pink are the one that needs to be targeted moving forward if it makes sense. Otherwise, don't try to force it. Like if it doesn't matches your use case, just leave them, ignore them. But yeah, let's say for example, best Boston plumber, you can add best somewhere if it makes sense to you, and you will see that now you're targeting best Boston plumber as well, right? Now you're targeting currently 12 keywords. Moving forward, also these are the ranking pages, and these are the top 10 keywords from ranking pages, so you can get an idea what your competitors are writing in the form of titles. Let's just go forward and click on outline. Before we go on outline, outranking will automatically identify what type of web page you are trying to write here. And it says local business service page, right? Top 5 experts plumbers in MA. So the way you select the title, automatically it will identify what sort of content you are trying to write here. So the way you select it, let's say for example, I select this one, local business service. Of course, it's similar to that. So most of the pages are coming here, local business services, because the title are intent driven and are based on services. That's why. So let's select the first one and let's get forward and click on outline, and that will take us to the next step, that is outline. Now, outranking will generate some intent-driven unique titles using research and keywords for you automatically. So you'll get to see some outlines here, outline ideas that are curated by outranking, and this will be 360 view for you. So it will try and add as many outlines as possible. It will give you a view of 360 degrees, so what you can add and what you can remove. So outranking generated around 27 outlines for you, and the requirement is 4 to 29. So you have to be in between that. Don't go way too overboard or don't go way too less as well. And these are the outlines that has been curated. If you see them, they will be very much specific to the H2 and H3. Excuse me. Right. And yeah, so these are the outlines that has been curated. And on the left side, you will see that these are the keywords that you need to try and target. Target is 15 plus, you're targeting 19, and you can click on see more and you will see all the targeted keywords that you need to try and target in the outline. Let's say if you want to target something in the outline, you can simply click here and just add it. So let's say, for example, the mass plumbers is something emergency repair services for immediate needs by mass plumbers. I'm just giving you a rough example here. Like this is mass plumbers, and now you see that there is a green tick mark on it. Now we are targeting this keyword. So you can try and edit this H2s and H3s and add more keywords if it makes sense. And also, like let's say for example, how do I know if the need? Okay, so let's say I create an altogether new H2, add H2, a custom H2, and I add this up here. Let's remove this from here. And now I want to get some ideas on this, like what could be the subtopics on this particular question. Like I can generate some H3 ideas by clicking on H3 ideas. Most of the times it will generate content for you if it's available in a way wherein you are trying to get some information as subtopics. So just hold on, it will try and get you some H3 ideas on this particular H2 as well. Here you go. How do I know if I need emergency pumping services? Signs of burst pipes, indications of serious blockages, symptoms of failing water heater, water signs of gas leaks. So it's talking sense, right? Like it's talking in a way wherein it could be a subtopics for this particular H2. So this way you can generate some H3 ideas as well. And once you're done with this, you can look into the top 20 pages who are ranking already for this keyword, and you can look into what sort of H2s and H3s that they are writing. And if you like something that you don't have on your outline, you can simply click here and that will be added to your outline as well. You can rephrase it and this way it will become your own. And this way you're not losing out on anything or you're not missing out on anything that your competitors have. So you can always do this. And if you want to club it, like you can just drag and drop things like to change the sequence and everything, and it will work accordingly. So let's say once you're done with this, there is a questions tab wherein you can add all the ranking pages questions that are the popular questions that people are usually searching on Google. Like, try to add them if they make sense to you. And you can just club them up in the FAQs as well. Here you go. Right. And once you're done with that, before we move forward, I would like to show you add URLs. So add URL is something wherein you can add custom URLs to the background research. So let's say the top 20 pages has been added to the background research, but there are some URLs that you have in your mind which have really good content on Boston plumbing services, but they are not ranking. But if you would like to add those piece of content or those URLs to the background research to feed AI so that AI can write even more superior quality, you can always do that. So you can add up to 100 URLs at a time here. And once you do that, click on add URL. All those URLs will be added to the background data. Also, like from the top 20 pages, if you don't like one of the URLs which are ranking, which shouldn't be there, but they are still ranking, unfortunately, you can click on this icon and that particular domain will be removed from all the background research. And once you're done with this, you can move on to the next step, and that is first draft or write yourself. So let's say, first of all, let's see if write yourself. So click on write yourself, and that will directly take you to the editor. Now here, what you can do is you can start writing content all by yourself manually, or these are the outlines, right? Like you can also generate content using prompts facility that we have. To enable the prompt, add a greater than sign and just write your prompt, like write an introduction to Boston's best of best. Let me remove this best plumbing experts, right? And I can always say, like, the answer should not be more than 150 words. And I can be as creative as with the prompt. You can click on run prompt and it will start creating content for you for that particular H2. This might take around 10, 15 odd seconds, but the reason behind that is it is not going into internet just haywire. Rather, it will go into those top 20 pages in the background research and collect information, and accordingly, it will generate data from. Here you go, right? So this is how what you can do. Like, it will try to give you scores as well for services and stuff. And yeah, so you can always create your own prompts. There is a library that you can build up here by just adding a slash and just create your prompt and add it. Like you can use those prompts every time you want to generate content. Now let's go back to the outline step. So we are on the workflow of the outline step and we used write yourself, but now let's go ahead with first draft. Before going to first draft, let me just remove a few outlines so that we can quickly generate the first draft. Right, so let's get started and let's click on first draft. Now here's something very important that you can create your own style guide as well. Like, right, like you can create a template, like what should be the tone, voice, how to use verbs, how to write comparison pages, how to write FAQs, how to write other sections. You can give all those information here and name it, and you can use that template every time, and accordingly AI will generate content for you. But let's say you don't want to do that every time, like you just want to do things randomly right on the spot. Then you can change things here, like you can change the tone. You can be as creative as possible, like friendly and funny, sarcasm, or anything that you would like the tone of writing should be. You can be as creative. Like, for example, I have tried something like for a travel blog, I have tried something like a mother with 3 kids, and accordingly, it started writing from a perspective of a mother which had 3 kids. So it will actually write in that format for you. Let's say there are more parameters. If you want to change, you can simply change it from here. Also, how to answer all other sections. So let's say, for example, you want detailed information rather than concisely fewer sentences. Then what you can do is you can remove this particular part, which says concisely with fewer and shorter sentences. Remove it, and you can write detailed information broken down into small passages, and accordingly, it will write more information for you for every H2 and H3 that you have. Right, so these are the changes that you can always make. Also, like how to answer all of the sections, you can always mention something like this. So let's say this is a service page. You can mention that, let's say, for example, it's dialforpanels.com as one of the company that you're writing content for. And you can always mention, for example, write the brand dialforpanels.com wherever it fits when it comes to good services. You can write something like this here, and it will actually add dialforpanels.com automatically in your content in a way which will help you to reduce your editing work and promote the brand automatically with the AI writing itself. Once you're done with this, you can look into these two options here, the small settings icon. Make sure that both are checked. there should be a checkbox on it like generate optimized first draft. So it will try and add more and more information from the point of view SEO optimization, and generate originality suggestions. So make sure there's a tick mark on both of them, and then you can click on generate first draft. So now outranking will start writing content for you step by step right in front of you for all the outlines that you have. This can take up to maybe 3-4 minutes, but yeah, it should work. And yeah, meanwhile, like if you have any questions, anything that you have in mind, please drop it in the chat, and let's get started. Guys, any questions up till now? Anything that you would like to talk about? Does each prompt write in a vacuum if you are using prompts? So I didn't understand the question correctly, Brian. Can you elaborate a little more? So vacuum is like how many words it will write for you. That's what you mean? So you can mention that, right? Like if you want a long form of content with the prompt, you can always mention that in the prompt itself. Or if you just want a concise answer, you can always write in the prompt itself that make it concise with fewer short sentences, or let's say less than 100 words, and accordingly it will write for you. I hope this is what you're trying to ask, or you can just elaborate a little more if I'm wrong somewhere. So, okay, does the prompt look at the current information beside current outline to generate its response? Okay, so let me tell you how this works. Yes, it does look into current information. So there are two things. When you're writing a prompt, it will straight away go to top 20 pages, understand the information, which is latest, of course, and it will write the content on the basis of the background data that it has from the top 20 pages. But let's say, and of course, it will take into consideration outlines that has been generated on the outline step. That's there. So that's, you are right. Like it does take into consideration outlines. Along with that, it considers top 20 pages as background research as well to generate content. But let's say if you are generating content using first draft, what it will do is, let's say for first two H2s, you have written something. And when you are on H3, it will also take into consideration the first H2 that has been written to write the third H3 as well. So everything will be very much in sync if you generate a first draft, because it will consider information which has been written above the one that is writing right now. So it will look more in sync. It will look like, you are writing in a way which is very much in sync with all the passages, and all the H2 and H3 is coming in line and writing something which is not little offbeat as well, right? Like everything is going in sync because it considers information which has been already written for the H2s and H3 which are above. But for prompt, it directly writes content for you for that particular H2 or H3 that you want to write content. And it will consider information from top 20 pages along with, the outlines that has been generated. I hope this answers your question. All right, you're welcome. All right, so the content is written here, and as you can see, we have written the content. It will try and write content in a little organized way, like, it will try and give you things like benefits, cons, best for, put up things in a bullet pointers, A, B, C, D. and stuff like that. Along with that, it will also generate some originality suggestions for you. So here are some originality suggestions. So what is originality and how it works? So let me tell you that as well. So let's say, for example, like, a lot of content has been written with AI everywhere around, and it's not stopping. It's not going to stop. Like, AI is getting advanced every day, and Google knows this very well. They have their own AI bar tool as well. They are not against content written by AI at all. But what they are looking forward to have in the content is how good your content is when it comes to uniqueness and originality, because ultimately that is what the value that the users will get out of it. So try to add originality and uniqueness to your content, and how you will do that. We cannot rely on AI for doing that, because this is something wherein a human perspective, a human touch, and human way of writing is required. But AI can definitely give you on suggestions of what sort of things you can add that will increase your originality score. So it says include a GIF demonstrating the difference between conventional and tankless water heaters to visually explain how the latter contributes to energy savings. Insert a real quote from Boston Plumber discussing the value of investing in quality installation and maintaining to add personal insights and trust. So it's telling you try to do these things. Like, let's say, don't try to force it, right? Like, you don't have to do all the suggestions. Let's say suggestion two goes good for you. You remove everything and just implement suggestion two at this place itself here, because that's where it's telling you to try to add and implement the suggestion. So try to do that, and don't overdo it. Like, only add things which really make sense. Secondly, at many places you will see this brackets, and that's something that it will tell you that, what sort of other things that you can do apart from that, of what sort of images you can add. Insert a screenshot of the online booking form and sample confirmation email. Insert a snapshot of community event hosted by plumbing service or local ad featuring a special discount. So these are, the place cards which will tell you like what sort of images you can add, and you can use images which are very much original. Like, don't try to create images with AI that don't really work for Google. And once you're done with this, let's say, for example, uh, once you're done with the first draft, you can move on to the next step, and that is optimize. So we are done with title, we are done with outline, we are done with writing tools. Now we are on optimize step, and here is something that you need to do. So as you can see, our SEO score is 62. Let's refresh it to check the current one. Yes, it's 62. And so these are all the SEO elements that you need to try and optimize. You can click on see more, and you will see more elements as well. We also have a plagiarism checker and a fixer as well. So you can scan it. It will take 5-7 minutes to scan, and then it will give you a plagiarism score. Anything in between 0 to 5 is fine. But if it goes above, there is an option of fix with AI. You can simply click on it. It will fix the plagiarism scan for you, score for you as well. Let's go ahead and let's see the title. So title is good. It's already having a green dot here. So your title is well SEO optimized. You can move forward. Let's go to common terms. So everything in red and yellow is something where there is still some scope of improvement. And when you go to common terms, you will see all the keywords. You will see how many times you are using it. You click on it and it will highlight it for you. And it will give you a typical use range as well, right? Like how many times it should be used. And if you're not using it much enough, it will give you an upward arrow. Like, let's say plumbing company. You want to add something of this sort. You click on generate suggestions. It will try and rewrite for you this particular part wherein it adds that particular keyword. So hi Mandeep, the language of this draft would be same as in the top 20 URLs. Yes, absolutely. So when you create a document, there is an option of selecting the right language. So if you select the language accordingly, it will take the top 20 pages as well. Excuse me. So yeah, so here is a rewritten paragraph, and you can click on accept, and the content will be replaced. But this is a tricky part, right? Like, Sometimes a particular keyword is does not fit in perfectly, and if you tell AI to fit it forcefully, it will try and give you something that might be not so good content, because it's trying to force you are trying to force something in your content. So whatever you whatever you generate in the form of suggestions, like, just review it once, because it's not necessary that every time you will get the right results as expected, right content as you expected. So yeah, try to review things minutely, because see, AI, I always say, like, AI will take you to a level wherein your work is 75% done, but the rest 25% is wherein you need to put your efforts, where you need to put in your own human touch, human editing, and human perspective to add more value to your content. So yes, make sure you look into it with open eyes and then you move forward. But yeah, so this way you can target one or the other keyword, and once you click on accept, it will automatically replace the content on the editor, and it will, as you can see, it will give you a tick mark on that keyword, and now you're targeting that keyword here. So yeah, that's about it. Moving forward to originality, this is the top 20 competitor score on originality and uniqueness. You can see how much who is ranking on how much score. This is in percentage. The highest is on the second position, that has uniqueness of 40%, while rest everyone has around 8 to 10, or anything around 14. And this is your on 21, that is 12. So you are good to go. The target is 9% and you have 12, so that's fine. Uh, okay, so moving on to images, it says around 13 to 48 images, value of 0 right now. And these are the top 10 pages with how many images that they have on their content. So accordingly, you can add images, and it's very simple. Like, click on this icon image and just add the images. And yeah, don't try to force it. Like, only add images which really make sense to your use case. It's not compulsory to see everything green here. Like, it can be yellow as well. Just don't make it red. Otherwise, you can just go forward. Moving on to internal links, you can add your sitemap here and click on, like, just save it, and it will crawl all the data from there. This does not make sense because this is altogether a different URL, and we are writing on something different altogether. But yeah, once you add your sitemap, it will give you all the internal links from there, and you can decide on which internal link you want to add on which anchor text using AI as well. So this is one way of doing things, but yeah, let me show you something moving forward to a next level. Let me mess up the title here. Let me mess up the description as well. Let's refresh the SEO score. Now you see the title has turned into red and description is yellow. Yeah, it does jump, Eddie. It does jump. Like, the editor should jump to the paragraph. It does jump. Let me show you that. We're talking about common terms, or you're talking about something else. Are you talking about common terms that it should jump to the URL where we are writing it, where we are replacing the content? Water heater. I haven't added it at all. Boston area. Yep, here you go. It should do that, but if it's not doing it, I will look into it for common terms. So I understand, you're saying that when it adds a particular keyword, it should jump directly to that particular passage where you can see where it has been added. So yeah, let's try it out and see, it should do that. But yeah, like, it's a good enhancement. If it's not done, and that can be done with the coming releases as well. But yeah, let's check it out. So this is a target paragraph. Yeah, it does not, but I will get it done. I got your point. A good suggestion here. So yeah, so what you can do for now is like you can simply search it, but it should definitely take to the target paragraph where okay, it does highlight it in blue entirely, but it does not jump there, right? I got your point. I'll put this up in the roadmap to enhance this. It does highlight like in the blue background that you see, but it should take directly there, right? Like it makes sense. I'll get it done. So once you like click on accept, the content is replaced, and here you go, right? This is how it works. Let's go back and got it. Yes, right. So let's go back and I want to show you something here. Let's say title is bad, description is bad, common term is bad, and you want to optimize everything at a go. You can click on automatic optimization, select everything that you want to optimize at a go, and then just click on start. So this way you will not have to go step by step individually for title, description, common terms. Rather, you can just use automatic optimization and it will try and optimize everything for you. So let's say this is a title. If you don't like it, you can regenerate, you can edit this. Once you feel that this is good, you click on accept and it will be changed. It's replaced here. It will highlight for you. And now we are on the description point. So it will try and generate some descriptions for us. So here are some description suggestions. Look into it. Whatever makes sense to you, click on accept. And the description will be changed here as well. Moving on to common terms. So now the best part here in common term is like earlier we used to select one common term and then we used to try and add it. Rather here it will try and add multiple common terms at a time for you. So this is quite easy and convenient wherein you can quickly add. So let's say this is the age tree, your guide to the most reliable numbers in MA, and it will try and add this many keywords at a go for you. And this is the rewritten passage. Review it. If you feel that the rewritten is good, you can simply click on accept or you can just discard and generate more as well. Once you click on accept, the content will be replaced and here you go. Now you're targeting those three keywords as well. So you're targeting three keywords at a time in a go. Similarly here as well, you're targeting four keywords at a time. You can review. Once you review, if you feel that this is good, you click on accept and the content will be added as well. So this way you can, try and add more keywords, target more keywords. And once everything loads up, like, if you have reviewed everything, discard everything that you don't need, generate more and keep everything that you want to accept. And then you can just click on accept all as well and everything will be added to your content. And now you see that this has turned into yellow and the SEO score has gone up to 71 already. So this is one way of optimizing all of those things by using automatic optimization quickly. Moving on to internal links, as I showed you, external links, it will try and give you some, suggestion on external link, but you can always use your own external link suggestions and try to at least two. It says target is 2+. So try to add at least two external links from different domains to your content, and this way you can add more value to your content. uh, Videos, it says 1+. So try to add one video to your content. It could be an embedded YouTube video, that's fine. And you can use an embedded video from here, right? List item. So list item is something where outranking is telling you to add content in the form of, pointers, bullets, numbers rather than passages because that it becomes easy. The target is 6, you have 9, so that's good. Like you can do more, and you can always like let's say for example, you want to change any of the passage in the form of pointers. You can always do that as well using prompts. So let's say we add a prompt here, right? Okay, let's say rewrite the following in the form of bullet point format, putting it in inverted commas, and then you can just simply run the prompt. Yes, I'll just show you just a minute. So here you go. These are the pointers that has been created, rewritten. So this way you can, let's go to optimize again, go to list items, and now you see there is 10. Earlier it was 9. So this way you can add more pointers as well. So you can do automatic optimization only from here. This is the point wherein you can do automatic optimization, right? Let's go back here and so once you're done with that, you can move on. Tables. So it says target is 1 plus, right? Where at least one table. And this is a table from ranking pages. So this is an example, like you can take some inspiration out of it and create a table. There are two ways to create table, right? There is a table here, like you can use the rows and columns that you want to add and then just add information along with it. Here you go. But you can always generate a table using a prompt as well, right? Like you can simply use a prompt to generate a table and it will generate a table for you as well. Might not do here because we are writing on something different altogether. But yeah, let's try and see if I can show you like I've written right the details in the form of a table with two columns separated by a line. The topic is essential oils, so I'm not pretty sure that it will try and generate content here. But yeah, I'm just showing you an example. Let's see. Yep, here you go. Along with details as well, right? Like so you can generate table using prompts as well. So once done with that, you can simply move forward and click on publish. And when you click on publish, it will take you to the last step of the workflow. So we got done with title, outline, writing tools, optimize, and now we are on publish. And here you can download all the images in zip file. You can download markdown version, clean HTML, WordPress. So if you're using WordPress, there is an outranking plugin available on WordPress. You can install it. There is an API key available in the settings. You can simply copy paste the API key in the plugin and you will see all the documents on WordPress, and simply on one click, you can import the entire document as well. You can download a doc file, you can copy all the content, that will copy everything like all the tags, images, videos and everything. And then you can just paste it if you're using some other platform to publish. And all in zip will download everything mentioned above. Also, if you want to generate a Google Doc link, you can click on Google Doc here and just select the email ID that you would like to create a Google Doc on. And accordingly, it will just create a Google Doc for you. So yeah, that's about it. And you can also, if you're working with a team collaboratively, you can always share this with your team, share with team, give edit view rights and simply share, and they will be able to work on this document as well. And also, like, you can always, there's a comments feature as well. You can comment something if you want to be reviewed or something, like select and just click on add comments. Let's say, please review this, reply, and this will be highlighted. So when the team member comes in, they know what they need to do where, and they can resolve it by just clicking on this double click, and this is resolved. So you can do all of this here, and yeah, so that's about it. Any questions or anything that you guys have in mind up till now? It's been almost 45 minutes, and we have done an article with SEO score of 71. So yes, we are brand working on it's in our roadmap to just add prompts which are generic in nature and that can be used universally in the library. So you can simply select any prompt and just use them by just editing it and then just running the prompt. But yeah, that's in our roadmap to add the prompts in the library that we have for prompts. Guys, any other question or anything that you have in mind that you would like to talk about? You're welcome, Brian. Thank you so much for the enhancement, features. This really helps us to build a solid product. So yeah, definitely. And anything else, guys? Anything that you would like? to see, or anything, any question that you would like to have that I would like to discuss here? All right, then let's sum it up here. Thank you so much, guys, for being on the. Is a new release in planning, Eddie? Yes, absolutely. In fact, we have done 3 to 4 more releases, but those are more sort of enhancements, Eddie, wherein we haven't announced it. But on from the back end, we have done at least three releases that I know about, and those are the releases which are more for targeting when it comes to NLP terms or advancement or features, enhancements, small ones, but from the backend side to give you superior quality of content, and also, changes in algorithm as per the latest standard of Google. So those SEO element changes has also been made there. But yeah, like for the new release, as you know, Eddie, you have been following us from a very long time, right? And we have given so many releases. Like currently it's outranking 12, right? Like 12 or 13, I think. Yeah, 12. So we have been giving like new version release almost every couple of months, and we are on a level right now like we don't need to give a very big release unless and until something big comes in, and we are definitely planning on that level, but it's still in under process. But yeah, so definitely, like something big will come up. Eventually, it will be an announcement of a release, but we are definitely giving small releases every now and then, at least once in a month. You're welcome, Ruchika. Thank you so much. Absolutely, Eddie. I will make a point to communicate in every group as well on small releases as well. I'll definitely do that. Alexis, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Thank you.